Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and I am on Scorched Earth, which just released, and I'm going to show you a video that is a really overpowered way to level, especially mid and early game, because it's one of the best ways that you can actually gain levels in Ark Survival Ascended. So essentially what it is you're just going to kill dragons, but you're going to do it by hand. Now that scares a lot of people, but it really shouldn't. They're really easy to take out. All you need to do is actually get a hold of a few basic things, including a wyvern trap and then a flyer of some sort. You don't even technically need a flyer. You can do this without the flyer. It just makes it a lot easier. So essentially what we're going to do is you're just going to knock out the wyvern. You can use a crossbow, you can use a long neck like I'm using right now, and then the one secret trick is to actually have a hatchet. So one cool thing about the hatchet is the hatchet applies torpidity, and you can watch this thing's unconsciousness increase as I hit it, as you hit things. So after you knock out the wyvern, you're just going to continue to hit it with your actual hatchet. And once you've actually hit it with your hatchet, just like I'm doing right now, you actually get the level experience and the bonus XP for hand fighting a wyvern, which is not really something that they're supposed to allow you to do in Ark. So there's a big difference between melee weapons and actual ranged weapons. When you use a ranged weapons, you basically get half of the experience that you would get for using the up close and personal for the attacks. And it's really cool because you can keep it knocked out, so a couple people can get a few hits on it and get the additional bonus for actually doing the damage as well. So you can literally take an entire tribe and start killing wyverns inside of the actual wyvern scar. Incredibly easy. You just need to use a trap in order to trap them and then knock them out and then basically beat them to death with your hatchet. That's all you have to do. Now, just so you can see, this is a trap that I also use for getting wyvern milk. It's incredibly easy. And with the new AI creature pathing for Scorched Earth, you want to be very careful with the traps that you build, because a lot of the old ones don't work because wyverns do not recognize pillars as items or as like doors or anything like that. They will go right into a pillar trap. So if you build a trap exactly like this, it's going to allow you to trap wyverns every single time. Essentially all it is a 5 tall pillar by 4 deep pillar by 3 wide pillar. And then you're just going to put pillars all the way up except for the front side, where you're going to place 2 down that go 2 down just like that. And I'll build a new one just so you can see exactly how to do it. Now, if you haven't seen my video on the wyvern trap for milk, it's the exact same trap. I'm just going to show you what to do for it. So essentially what you're going to do, avoid hills. Like you can see that I'm on a hill right now. As long as it's mostly flat, you should be pretty good. So what you want to do, and the secret is to click, raise the pillar all the way to the top, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then essentially what we're going to do is I'm going to go 3 back, 1, 2, 3, because we want to essentially get started on the depth of this one first, just to make sure that everything works. And then you want to add 1 more after you've gone 3 back, like I just did right there. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what I mean by that, just like that. That's as far back as you have to go. And then you're just going to build pillars that go the entire way down on one side. Now, essentially what we've just done is created one side of your trap. Congratulations, you're most of the way there. And then all you have to do is go 3 across and build the other side. Now, benefit is because you've already built the one side, you can essentially just go across now and make it much easier for yourself. You do have to, because of how the AI pathing works, I'll show you what I mean in a second here. You have to make sure there are no little pillars that go off to the side of this and none that do this little thing like that right there. So they have to be exactly like I'm showing you, because for some reason they get smarticle when the pillars are kind of like placed haphazardly. I don't know why. They like start recognizing them, I guess, or maybe it's like too many pillars per zone, and we want to avoid them recognizing anything about that. So now that we've got this done, we're just going to essentially build straight down. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do it however you want, but you can see that now we've got like the entrance point for our wyvern trap here. If you feel uncomfortable with using metal, you can use stone, but just don't try and bring an alpha wyvern into a stone trap, because it'll eat right through that thing like there's no tomorrow. Now that we've got the 3 sides down, we're just going to go 1, then 2 down. That's all you have to do. Now this essentially allows the wyvern to get in, but because wyverns are a large creature and they turn by going up and right or up and left, usually it's up and to the right, they'll get stuck here. They'll aim about this level, and if they try and escape, they go up, right, get stuck here, up, right, and then back to you. So literally they just get stuck in a spinning circle. And it's one of the best traps that you can use because you don't have to open a door, you don't have to close the door, you don't have to do anything. You just aggro the thing, use your whatever happen you can fly on. I really encourage you to use a Lymantria because Lymantrias are incredibly useful in this game. They're pretty fast. They are faster than the Tapejara, and they will give you your best chance at actually getting this done. So what I would recommend doing in order to get this XP is you can aggro these things just by picking them off. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this one. Is that out of shoot range? Okay, that sucks. Is there any above? No, I don't see any right now. Really? You're gonna make me get nice and close to this guy and shoot him? Okay, so as long as you shoot them, you sometimes have to get a little bit closer. You'll draw their attention like I just did right there. And then once they're heading towards you, you're just gonna essentially make sure that they get low to the ground, stay as low as you can to the ground, and then just do a beeline straight through the middle backside of your trap. And the wyverns are going to get stuck every single time. And then what I have marked right here is I have a pillar to mark the max range of a fire breath attack because they look downhill. You can see that doesn't do damage to me or my Lymantria. And then I have this marked for the range of lightning wyvern as well. So once you have it in the trap, just knock it out. Crossbows are just fine. Long necks are just fine. And the benefit is if you're going for a milk run anyways, you might as well pull the milk off if you pull a female. I don't know if this is a male, so we're just going to kill it. But again, see how it's the torpidity goes down really, really quickly. We're just going to use our hatchet and hit in order to bring that torpidity right back up. It's that easy. Torpidity is automatically applied by your hatchet. Plus, you're just going to do damage. So just have yourself a nice metal hatchet. And if you have a couple of people, that's just fine too. But continue to hit it with that metal hatchet and you'll get that melee buff for killing wyverns by hand, which is a huge, huge thing. They're one of the best ways to level in the entire game. There's only a few creatures that actually give you more XP bonus, and that is basically the Giganotosaurus and the Carcharodontosaurus. Now, outside of that, killing those wyverns is a huge buff. So you just literally do what I just did over and over and over again. Keep pulling them back and forth, and that's all you have to do in order to actually successfully get a crazy amount of levels. Now I'm going to show you what to do in the worst case scenario, right? So because it's easy to do things when everything's working properly, but what do you do when the wyvern catches you or when the wyvern actually, so here's a female fire wyvern. We're going to pretend that I've pulled it from way too far and I need to figure out how to change zones and stuff like that. So the Lymantria, what you want to do is essentially wyverns are really bad at turning. So you can do a quick turn, go right back at it if it's pulling you, and then you can gain a little bit more distance like I'm doing right now. Now let's also say for some reason you missed the trap because it's too close to you or something's going on like this, right? The benefit of the trap that I'm using right now is I can use the trap from any angle and get a little bit of freedom from that wyvern. So what you want to do is you want to pull it back out to the front, don't freak out, do another 180, and then actually stay low and get it right back into the trap. We're just going to go nice and low, play it calm, and if we can get it in, just like we did right there, it works every single time. And see how it turns up and to the right to try and get out? It's perfect. There is nothing wrong. It works every single time, and then you just go ahead and knock it out. It's really that easy. That's all you have to do. And then we're going to go ahead and say night-night. Dragon knocked out. We go ahead and smash the thing to death with our hatchet, and we're good to go. So hopefully this helps you out. The biggest thing you can do is if you mess up, and what like I just showed the example of right now, don't freak out. Lymantrias have a much better turn radius than the wyverns do. So just literally turn and go straight back at it, and then kind of keep doing that until you actually get close enough and inside of range in order to get what you need to get done. So Lymantrias do have a slow attack like that. I wouldn't recommend it because it's kind of hard to hit a wyvern with it, but they are really useful to actually, I mean, they're the fastest thing on this map. If you have a Procoptodon, you could also use a Procoptodon and just go right out the backside and just modify the trap just a touch. But this is a very easy strat. So hopefully this video helps you out. And other than that, if you don't mind, smack that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. All right, Teach. Out.